What's up, motherfuckers? So today I want to talk to you guys about an individual that I know. And the reason why I want to talk about this guy is because it's just amazing how things can start one way and end another way. And what I mean by that is I want to kind of look into this guy's life and kind of give you guys a glimpse of his life and let you know what type of relationship that me and this guy had. All right. So many of you probably have heard of him. I'm pretty sure you've heard of his cousin. His cousin is Terrence Hatch, also known as Lil Boosie, also known as Boosie Badazz. So I'm originally from Easy Town. It's a neighborhood in North Baton Rouge. And it's not too far from the river. It's real close to downtown Baton Rouge. And South Baton Rouge, obviously, is the southern part of the city. But it's not too far from Easy Town. So the way the layout of the city is, pretty much everything close to the river, the Mississippi River, is where all your hoods and stuff start. It kind of remind me like of like Memphis, the way Memphis is designed, the way New Orleans is designed. These are cities on the river. And for some reason, it seems like the closer you are to the river in the downtown area, the more you are closer to the hood. And we already know that anywhere where you got a Martin Luther King Boulevard or a Martin Luther King Avenue, most likely it's somewhere around the hood. So I'm from Easy Town. Boosie Badazz' dad is also from Easy Town. So his dad, we called him in the neighborhood, we called him Old Man Hatch. I'll never forget this dude. Yeah, Boosie's daddy was he's a real nigga back in the day. He's a real OG. He ended up getting on drugs and stuff, but Boosie talks about that anyway. He ended up getting on drugs and everything. And he also have it in the movie, Boosie Moving My Struggle. I recommend y'all go check that shit out because it talks a little bit about Trell and Boosie as well. So Old Man Hatch is from Easy Town. Boosie, I guess his mom, I'm not sure. I think his mom is from South Baton Rouge. That's the reason why he's actually from South Baton Rouge. But his dad is from my neighborhood, and I actually knew his dad. Dad used to mess with a little chick named Sylvia after they split up. Or was it Sylvia? No, Ye. It was Ye. I forgot her name was Ye. So, being that I was living in Easy Town, my cousin, she moved from out of Easy Town and moved in South Baton Rouge. All right. And we lived on West Roosevelt Street in South Baton Rouge. Anybody go hear any stories about Boosie when he talking about how he was smoking some dust one time and he was running on the river road and he's running past a shit plant? If you know that interview or you know that story when Boosie was talking about that, he not lying. It's a river road and it's a shit plant. And it stank over there. Certain days, it had a whole damn neighborhood lit up, just funky as fuck. But it's a shit plant right by the Mississippi River. So where my cousin moved to was not that far from that shit plant. So when they moved over there, we eventually ended up moving right over there with them. So it was two cousins that lived in the house. So my mom and well, it's my mom's cousin and it's my cousin too. But they are older than me. So it's my cousin, but she the same age as my mom. So she almost like maybe my third or fourth cousin or something like that. I got a large family. I got a really big, large family. Well, we still got like third cousins and stuff. We still got, distant. We got relatives that are still close when it's like third generation and shit like that. So anyway, she moves over there. We end up moving over there with her. That's when I first met Boosie, but at this time he was not famous. He just was a little badass kid running around the neighborhood. Cause I'm actually older than him. Me and Trell, we around about the same age. I'm older than Boosie. So I remember seeing him. He's a little dude. We used to talk to him, and I also knew CeeLo. CeeLo is the guy that got Boosie his first start with CeeLo Records. So I knew CeeLo, I knew Boosie cousin Bronson. Bronson actually used to date one of my cousins. So I knew Bronson. So when I moved over there, I started hanging out with this dude named Mark Castle. Rest the dead. God bless the dead. Rest in peace, Mark. He ended up getting passed away. You know, somebody unalive him or whatever. But me and him was real tight. And he used to hang out with a dude named Willie Ray. Willie Ray stayed on the corner. You had Willie Ray, and then you had the projects on the across the street from Willie Ray and his brother JoJo. They stayed like right across the street from projects. Now on the back street, Garfield, you got Garfield Street, you got West Roosevelt. All of this is around Garfield and West Roosevelt, right across the track. So that's what they mean when they be saying the track life, cross the track life, South Baton Rouge, 4 down. That's what they mean about that. Because South Baton Rouge got two sides to it. It got a top and a bottom. So over there is what they call the bottom. That's when you deep in that South. You way down up in that bitch, like you in the heart of it. So you had Bronson around the corner where Boosie and them was at on West Garfield. You had the track, cross the track, you come on another little street. I forgot the name of that little street. And then once you pass that street, you got another street called Nickerson. Nickerson, on the corner of that street, you got like it used to be a laundromat. And then right next door to the laundromat, you had the corner store. And then if you keep going down, you had another corner store. And if you keep going down, you're going to hit straight LSU University. So I'm from Easy Town, but I used to live in the South, and I used to run hard with niggas from the South. So when I met Donkey, y'all may know him as Donkey or Trell. Back then, we called him Donkey, but because we was close and we was classmates, we took an English class together at Capitol Middle School. He didn't go to Capitol High, but he went to Capitol Middle with us. So we had an English class together, but we just knew him as Carver's Webb. But I can remember the days, man. We was young. We was just jumping off the porch too. We middle school. So me and him, we kind of had like I guess you could say popularity. Well, we was bad anyway in middle school. We was the popular kids anyway. We was into all kinds of shit. Man, we was having shootouts and shit behind the school and all kinds of, man, we was bad back then. We was in middle school. Man, we used to bring, so you had South Baton Rouge, which was Trell. He was there, but he was the only person from South Baton Rouge that I knew of that was going to that school. Pretty much everybody that was going to that school was either from what is called Rock City back then, but it's Mall City, behind the mall, or Rock City. You had Ardenwood, you had parts of Fairfield, you had me from Easy Town and some more other dudes from Easy Town, and then you had Parktown. Parktown pretty much was the whole school because the school was actually inside of Parktown. And Parktown and Easy Town right next door to each other. It's like right next door to each other. It's a street that separates them. Acadian Thruway, North Acadian Thruway, pretty much separates Easy Town from Parktown. So we at that school, and he was going there, and his sister used to come pick us up. At the time, she had a little Geo Tracker or a Geo Sidekick. Back in the day, you had Suzuki's, and Suzuki trucks, and Geos. All of them was like kind of cool, like little Jeeps and shit. Niggas used to get them bitches and hook them up, put all kinds of rims and shit on them. And the way they was designed, you can put a lot of music in the back of them. So most people get like 15-inch whoopers and shit and put in the back. So that nigga's sister had one of them motherfuckers, man, with the rims and the music and shit on it. She was way older than us. I'm talking about like adult, way older than us. We was just in middle school, and she used to come pick us up from school and shit if we wasn't cutting. But because he had been shot. Now if you go watch Boosie's movie, My Struggle, you'll see it's a part where Trell is in the living room with Boosie, and they was playing with Bronson gun, and he ended up shooting himself in the stomach. So me and him both had a cut mark on our stomach from being shot in the stomach. He had staples, I had staples. He had an exit wound out his back, I had an exit wound out my back. So we in middle school running around. I don't know why, but that was sort of like stripes or some shit. You was looked at like you was out there, like you was hardcore, you was real. If you getting shot and you're shooting at people and going to jail and shit like that, you come to school, obviously you looked at like the bad guy, the bad boy, the cool dude. So we had a little fame and a little popularity for that shit, other than all the other shit that we was doing, because it'd be people from like the first person that really put me on when it come to getting into the drug game was a dude named Tim from behind the mall. Mall City was the first place in Baton Rouge where they was selling actual, what they called back then, Ready Rocks. It was crack that was already cooked up. You know, normally you sell powder, and then the junkie, whatever it is, if he was shooting the shit, he just, you know, cook it up and shoot it, or he'd cook it up to turn it to crack. But they was the first place to really, Mall City was almost like New Jack City, man, back then. That bitch was like some Nino Brown type shit back then. They was the first to really have all of that shit. You had people like Big Derek Houston and his brother, Big Wayne Houston, all of them. So I actually knew all of them as well, because Derek and them actually was from Easy Town. They actually used to live in Easy Town back in the day off of 28th Street. So Tim was a dude that lived behind the mall. He ended up getting locked up right after he put me on with shit. He was the first person that gave me my first little pack or whatever, showing me about the game. And mind you, I'm from Easy Town, so all of these neighborhoods don't always get along. But I was like more of a well-rounded person. I pretty much was wanted to be all around the city, getting along with any and everybody. You make more money when you're getting along with people. You beefed out with every fucking body. Sometimes the major plug may be in a neighborhood that you beefed out with, and like that's not good. So yeah, he was there, and he got me on with that. And we used to cut school and go in the creek, smoke weed, drink liquor, hit the corners and stuff, be selling all that product or whatever it is, you know, doing all that thing. And then there was another dude from out the park. His name was Duke. A little short, dark-skinned dude named Duke. He was related to another big stepper, big baller named Tulu from the park. All them from out the park. So I was locked up one time with the nigga Duke. And he had gotten to a beef with Donkey. And Donkey stepped on him. I mean, he lived. He didn't pass away or nothing. But Donkey, you know, came at him. You know what I'm talking about. Stood over him and everything. Now, all of this stuff is court cases and stuff that Donkey have dealt with. You know, in other words, I'm not trying to snitch him out and incriminate him. All of this stuff is just stuff that didn't happen and is resolved. It's all hood shit that was resolved. But I was locked up with him, and we was talking about you know, while we was locked up, we was just talking about all the shit that had happened, because I ain't know it had happened to him. But that's just one episode of what type of person Donkey was. Man, this guy, bro, we was really out there doing all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, he was 15 years old on death row. He was in Angola. You know, Angola's a real big, serious pen. It's the state pen in Louisiana. It's like, you going to Angola, you doing some major shit. You major nigga. So he was 15 years old, facing murder charges and stuff in Angola, which was crazy. Man, that dude had marshals and shit on him at one time, feds on him at one time. Like, he was just all over, just handling his business. Nigga was street. He was real street. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because it's just amazing, man. It's just amazing to see how a person can start off one way and completely change. So if you see this dude now, he's a pastor now. He's all over the place. And seeing him, it just do something to me. When I first heard that he had changed his life and he became a pastor, it's like it really hit me emotional. And the reason being is, it's like I know his struggle. I know where he come from. He came from where I come from. We dealt with some of the same shit. And to see this dude completely make a 360 change, not only become make that change, but he actually became a pastor. It's unfucking believable almost, man. Not saying that these things can't happen. People change every day. But if you know this dude the way I know him, know his life, the shit that he was into, to see him switch like that and change and become a better man, It's fucking amazing. And I really I congratulate him. I'm proud of him, to be honest with you. I'm just proud to see that somebody from my neighborhoods, my city, going through some of the same struggles that I'm facing, and they make a 360 change. And not only did he make the change, but he's prosperous, and he's also helping other people. Like where we come from, bro, that shit just don't be happening like that, man. You don't. A lot of times you don't get a chance to just come out of shit. It's just amazing, man, to see how this dude just made that big change like that, come from out of a bad situation. So when he has a moniker or a slogan that he used, I survive real, surviving real. That's real shit. He's not lying about that. Like that's real, genuine shit. And to be honest with you, Boosie pretty much got all the big fame. Everybody know Boosie. Boosie got the real major fame. But if you really want to know, like the who was the real gangster, the real nigga out there like that, yeah, that was Trell. And I think Trell had a big influence on Boosie because he was the older cousin. Trell was the one really out there like that, living like that. But if you go look him up and you go look at some of his videos and go to his YouTube channel, his Instagram, and you see how he talks now, he's on fire. Like he said, he on fire for the Lord now. He on fire for God. But the same energy and the dynamics that he have as a pastor, he had that same energy and dynamics as a street nigga. Like he was just, if you see how he is now as a pastor, like he got a lot of fame now. He's all over the place. He's at different ministries and shit like that, doing visitation. He's going out and visiting people, trying to help the community and shit like that. So when you see him moving like that as a good dude, he used to move like that as a bad dude. Clicked up with all kinds of different sets and shit all across America. Like he was in the shit, man. But it's just amazing to see how this dude have made that major change like that and become a better person, bro. Anytime I see any black brothers, black men coming out of a bad situation, making a big difference in their life, I like to see that shit. I mean, even myself, looking back on a lot of things that I've done and I encountered back in the day, it's almost as if I'm blessed too. I wouldn't say I almost. It's instances where I probably shouldn't even be alive. Shouldn't even be alive right now. It's instances where I shouldn't even be really have my fucking freedom, the shit that I was into. But seeing other black men like come out of bad situations and stuff like that is just amazing. I like to see that shit, man. And me and him actually was supposed to do some music together. But I don't live in Louisiana no more. But he used to come out this way where I'm at, North Carolina and Atlanta. I think at one time he was running with what's the damn dude from Atlanta, brother? The rapper from Atlanta, something boy. I forgot something boy. Schoolboy. I forgot what it was. But anyway, the same dude also had some little ties with Master P as well. But yeah, Donkey used to come out this way and we was actually supposed to do some music together, but I never really got a chance to really get down to it. I was just not getting back onto that music shit. Wasn't really fucking with it like talking about it. So, but he was in it hard. And that was around the time he came out with the album Loyalty and stuff like that. He had one song on there, I think it's called Glock. Yeah. 40 Glock, AK, yeah, 40 Glock. 40 Glock, AK machine guns. If you don't own a yapper, better get you one. Okay, 40. Yeah, that shit that go hard. That's some real Baton Rouge music right there. That shit go hard. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about him and pretty much get that man his flowers now. Congratulate him. If he run across this video, Trell, if you ever run across this video, man, hit me up, holler at me, man. We got a lot. We go way back. It's a lot of catching up I want to do, man, because I ain't seen him in a while. Not in person. He's out doing this thing, and I'm living my life doing my thing. So, Yeah, but I like to talk to him now, especially now because he have made that change. It's a lot of stuff that you know how that shit is, man. You talk to somebody that you hadn't seen in a long time, y'all go way back, and then y'all start catching up on stuff. You know, you can really just talk and just let it all out, catching up on some old times and shit like that. But yeah, I want to bring this video to a close, but I just want to talk about Donkey, man. Donkey, if you ever see this video, bruh, give me a holler, bruh. Peace out.